Oh, you saw that footage. You saw that footage.
Goddamn, Joseph Saint. He's fucking super athlete.
Thank you.
Shot heard around the world, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll get back into that a little bit later.
I thought
It's not overselling.
Fat face was one thing, but what you did to Cadillac,
Well, I also got Geo.
that was good too.
Snitches get stitches.
Did you miss something?
I think that was more of an overhand. I think we'd have to ask Della O. You know.
I taught you that. I didn't know you fight.
There's a lot of things.
Was it Shane? Did Shane
I
teach you?
can't-
See,
I
now
can't talk
can
about-
Now I can take you to the hood.
You know, they call me Saint Omac for a reason, right?
Ooh.
Wait, hold on.
Has that been
Guys,
bestowed on you?
welcome to GCF Mats and Marks.
Is that what Shane was written off?
Call me that, actually. You know.
we
Welcome
get
to
the copyright claim for that,
GCF
guys?
Mats and Marks. I am your distinguished commissioner, Joseph Saint.
It is your boy, the cameraman, Hollywood Hogan. Glad to be back.
We got a stacked show tonight. Not necessarily guys that I booked, but just to show that I am still on good terms with the investors. I still communicate at times. I answer the phone call.
What is Victor Cassidy?
Vic's around. We're gonna have a couple guests tonight that
The stack show, ladies and gentlemen.
it is
Finally got guests now.
right. We're moving up.
One of the benefits of being on Wednesday nights now, permanently, right?
That's right. Joining those Wednesday night wars. Let's talk wide world before getting into our guests, though. Wide world
The
of wrestling.
world of
What you got for
wrestling.
us?
Not that much. One of the biggest things that it was confirmed that Eric Bischoff was fired by Vince McMahon, actually, because of the low ratings that SmackDown has obtained on the Fox deal. But the funniest part is that Fox had its lowest ratings with WWE just this last Friday on Eric Bischoff's first day unemployed. So it's going to be interesting to see if Bruce Pritchard is now the one that will be fired. But I highly doubt that, because that was a totally Vince McMahon move. The biggest rumors going around is that Bischoff is going to end up in AEW with TNT. That is the current rumor right now. He will be at Full Gear, though, so that's one of the most interesting things to
Well,
talking
he'll be
about.
at the Starcast, whatever.
So they think there might be a shoe in there with Bischoff making an appearance. That's more of a TNT move, in my opinion. That just seems like they would want somebody to have familiarity with.
I mean, I was pulling for Bischoff. I don't feel like he ever took the job to begin with, which is
Not really.
he didn't do much. So they
He's
fired
the
him
fall
because
man. Yeah.
And yeah, from what I hear, he did nothing. He didn't know wrestlers. He didn't keep up with the product.
No.
But he also, like I said, he didn't take the job full time. He was in training the entire time for this job. And the fact that he took that long when they got to Fox, I think, was the nail in the
And
coffin.
one of the biggest things that Vince also rewrote like half of the scripts for like 6 weeks straight. So there was he didn't ever really had a chance. He's the fall man. I don't know what Vince really expected ratings wise on Fox. I mean, they did actually pretty better than they could have. So I don't know what they're really trying to go for. Again, they had the lowest ratings just this last week. So we'll see what happens with that. It'll be interesting to see where Bischoff does end up eventually. I mean, with all the promotions coming out of everywhere, NWA, all of them. I mean, the biggest one that we just heard about, also New Japan Pro Wrestling. They're starting their own company in USA soil. That's the thing that's happening next year.
So is that like that's an offshoot of New Japan, or is it just New Japan located out here?
It's kind of like that, yeah. They're still going to have their Japan product, obviously, but it's going to be, apparently Will Ospreay is going to be the face of that company moving forward. So New Japan will now be based in the USA, adding more competition to an already stacked wrestling, world right now. So, I mean, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, New Japan coming here obviously ends their relationship with Ring of Honor. Obviously shows that they're not going to have a working relationship with AEW either. So it's a huge move. I don't know if it's going to work. I think they're kind of 2 years too late. One of the biggest draws when New Japan was the Elite, and when they came out here, the last show in Long Beach was a couple months ago. Not that many people showed up, and again they lost the fire now with it. And the Elite is now with AEW, so I think it's still 2 years too late, unfortunately for them.
And I hear like they're making like some crazy changes too. Like Wrestle Kingdom's gonna be 2 days now. That's gonna be It's gonna be weird. I don't think I could stay up till 5 a.m.
Do we still have music playing, Robert? The comments are saying. What? and also they can't hear RJ. Very soft-spoken RJ. Aren't you glad I read the comments?
Thank you. Thank you for reading
Tom, I'll get back to you in a minute here.
What'd you do, Tom? Man, we were just
But pretty much, again, there wasn't that much information going on in the wrestling world. Obviously, AEW and NXT was today. It'll be interesting to see how those ratings do this week. I'm expecting terrible ratings, but not because of anything big. It's because of the World Series. NBA basketball is back, unfortunately.
Not that anyone out here is watching the World Series for those games.
But they'll still. But the biggest thing, AEW Dynamite was trending #1 worldwide, which is huge. With NBA basketball going on right now, like in the World Series, nobody's really watching it, but still, it usually trends. For them to be the #1 trend in the United States is a huge, unbelievable thing for them. It's pretty impressive.
And TNA had a good pay-per-view on Sunday.
They did.
What was that? TNA had a good pay-per-view, man. It was good.
They're trying. They're trying. They're giving it a attempt.
Van Dam turned on Rhino. That's all I heard.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Oh,
That
Tessa
didn't
Blanchard
happen.
also is apparently a free agent now.
Yeah, because
Her
they can't
contract
afford to
expired.
keep
Yeah.
the wrestlers.
Yeah.
This is my problem. I want to vote for, and don't say TNA, only once a year, as announced on that show. Impact Wrestling has potential. It's the little engine that could, because it won't die. It won't die.
They will not.
And
Every
they've
time you
tried.
think they're done, they come back. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Tessa goes. I mean, obviously WWE is going to go for trying to sign her, but AEW, I mean, her father's there already.
I'm willing.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to
Absolutely.
see where she ends up with. I mean, she could show loyalty with, with Impact, but we'll see moving forward. I know now that they're on that new Access channel, and Mark Cuban is the owner of that. Mark Cuban's rich as hell, so I'm pretty sure they're going to put more money into Impact moving forward.
That would be good.
Yeah.
They need the production value.
I'm going to take some time to answer a little bit of these right now. Because it ties into who replaced Bischoff?
Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard. Okay, so Billy Bonds was all set to be a Joseph Saint guy, but Saint doesn't like Cornette. That's a problem. The only problem is that Jim Cornette still has people rooting for him. That's a problem. Pritchard is the good version of Jim Cornette, and even that's just by like a thread.
Unless you ask our truth.
Jim Cornette, man. The less said about him, the better. Billy Bonds, I've seen you ringside. I know that you were kind of scouting. I'd like to talk to you soon. So let's talk, but you gotta.
Isn't he like a manager?
I hear he does good work, So yeah, let's talk. You can still be a Joseph Saint guy. You just aren't allowed to mention Cornette at all.
What if he's like a Jim Cornette?
That might be an issue.
I think wrestling would be better off with a little bit less Cornette nowadays.
It
This
would.
is my opinion, though.
I mean,
Here's the
You
thing.
got to see him for like 45 minutes on YouTube every Tuesday.
Right? And I've talked about this. I have a certain amount of respect for the past. Obviously, you have to. But it's when you have the mindset of a Cornette and you go, it was better then. It was better this is better. It wasn't. It wasn't. We looked at your product, we saw your product, and we evolved. You didn't.
Exactly.
Period.
He's an old timer. He's the old man, yelling in the clouds. I mean, he just doesn't get with the times. I just love that whenever Joey Ryan makes any kind of news, he gets freaked out on Twitter. Joey Ryan, who just signed with Impact, by the way, which is kind of
And
interesting.
Jim
It makes
Cornette
sense.
He
made
did.
no comment about it.
Actually,
Oh, no, he did.
on Jim Cornette, too, what I will say, if you get it, you get it. Everyone should go out and buy a plain black T-shirt. If you've seen these plain black T-shirts, they're amazing. Go look up, what's his name?
Isn't that like a band?
G-Raver? He is selling a plain black T-shirt on
G-Raver?
his wrestling site, and it's amazing. You get it or you don't. That's for my fans out there. But yeah, fuck Jim Cornette. Anyway,
That's a great way to end that conversation, ladies and gentlemen.
Phoenix Kid gets it. I think you got yourself a plain black shirt, and it will look great on you. Did I break you there?
That was funny. I mean, yeah, fuck Jim Cornette.
Anything else in the wide world before we get back to GCF business?
That's
Wide
about it.
world.
Not that much going on. I mean, from what I've seen personally.
I mean, oh yeah, LaParca broke his
Parka
neck.
broke his neck. That's news
Jeez.
to me.
Well, isn't there like two LaParcas though?
Well, no. it's Mexico. There's a lot.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that like
they
the whole
haven't
Sin
claimed
Cara
a lot of
thing?
their
Like,
stuff. Well, so is this La Parca or is this LA Park?
Ooh,
That's the
Oh,
difference.
La
This is La
Parca,
Parca. Okay. So honestly, that might be the fake one in terms of. I think LA Park was the original one. Now going back. They swapped so much because in Mexico, no one owns their own gimmicks. It's. I'm not trying. Like,
Mexico,
that's
you don't
not-
own anything.
they're
stolen
all
so many
yeah,
gimmicks out
they're
there.
all LaParca to me. So I mean,
Oh, one more big rumor. It does really seem like CM Punk's going to end up signing that deal with Fox
Woo!
and hosting that show.
host a show.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
it looks like that's starting to gain steam. It looks he even took off his T-shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees, so it looks like it's gaining steam.
Too
They're getting
little, too
closer
late.
to a deal.
more
Yeah.
WWE programming I won't be able to watch. So, great.
All right, guys. Well, We have guests tonight. I'm gonna try and be professional with every guest on here, just to prove a point to the investors. I'm doing the job that you hired me for.
Nobody tells me anything on this show anymore.
So last week, an interesting question was asked. I think we ended the show with it. The question asked to us was, "What's left of DI?" Oh. And I didn't really have an answer other than that's not my question to answer. So,
whose question is it to answer?
Maybe we get them to answer that question.
Who's in the studio?
We're gonna be impartial here. Business. Guys, come on out.
This
is DI.
Jesus Christ.
The tag team.
Let me give one.
Hollywood, if you want to pull up here, you can.
You better call Jesus because he's the only one that's gonna save you today.
You guys have fun.
Do you understand? Look at me when I am talking to you.
Why is this happening?
Ow! Look at me.
Did you just pull my...
All right, guys.
Why?
You're the cuter one. Have a seat.
We have a company.
That's not saying much, Helmuth.
All right, guys.
I'm the brutal.
Why are you here?
I'm the brutal little bastard of the group. Come on now.
Emphasis
Have you not
on
noticed
bastard.
that? That's the reason why this guy hasn't taken a swing at me yet. You remember what happened, don't you?
I do.
How is that doing, by the way?
I mean,
Damn.
better.
Just touch his little Taz haircut. See, you should agree that shit up.
Oh,
I'm gonna be impartial, guys.
Oh, it's serious. My bad.
I got asked a question a week ago, and I myself, maybe I was a smart ass. It's what I do. But what's left of DI? That was the question asked of us. So let's say what it is. You had Azrael finally make his decision. I'm being impartial. Not saying a word about that. He didn't choose
I'll say it. He made a good decision.
I will mess you.
You ain't gonna do shit.
Keep talking. Keep talking. It's been a
hear you
long
shivering.
couple of weeks for me. Ooh, give me a reason.
What, Flores won't give you any? That sucks.
Give me a
Why do
reason.
people keep pulling my
Because
beard?
it's there and it's accessible.
It's like a black woman's hair. You don't touch it.
Guys,
Rafiki, watch your mouth.
Rafiki? Really?
all right, guys. I said yes to you guys being guests. I said yes to the investors for wanting to have more wrestlers on. You guys are here. Why don't you tell us what the answer to that question is? You two are here. Is this what DI's left with? Are you DI?
Divine intervention spreads. It takes over. It infects. These two are the mere vessels of divine intervention. You have no idea what we have in store for GCF. Okay? I want to see your face. Look at me. We're not done yet.
Some new shades.
We're far. You shut your mouth when I am talking.
Not saying much of anything. Just talking about.
You're not going to say
perfecting.
anything after I'm done with you. Stop talking. Fetch.
Wow. All right. Okay.
Well,
Was I done yet?
where's that leave you and Azrael? Where's that leave you and Azrael?
What about Azrael?
Azrael is a thing of the past.
He made his decision. He went with
B.A. Marcus Frey. And we're not done with you, Azrael. We're going to make you an example, a martyr, if you will, for people who make the wrong decisions. By the way, it is breast cancer month. So, buy pink.
Wow, very noble of you.
Jesus Christ.
Freddie Flores. That's about the nicest thing you've ever said, like, ever.
fights cancer.
I mean, I
Cancer's
support
bad.
it.
You're talking
Cancer's
about spreading
bad.
I
disease
support
and
it.
being infectious, and then
Cancer's bad.
hell of a segue there.
Cancer's
Christ.
bad.
It's very counterintuitive.
Cancer's bad, so don't.
Okay.
Nobody likes cancer. Nobody likes cancer. Not even divine intervention
At
likes
least
cancer.
we know.
I mean, we're from the gutter, right?
We should
get it from.
probably
Alright.
get tetanus shots.
So-
I got to shave now.
Okay.
Back to wrestling.
Please do. Get rid of this. Whatever this is.
I've been hanging out with
Helmut,
Barstow too
you
much, huh?
won a title shot at the UV division title.
Still waiting for that moment, by the way.
Well, this is my question. The moment you won the right to challenge, I tried to set it up and you said that you weren't challenging. So that's up to you.
Was I not booked in a tag team match? Was I not booked to go against Hyde, which then turned into a tag team match?
That wasn't
You would
our
prefer
fault.
it ended in DQ?
That was your boy's fault.
That was your call.
We wanted
Because I had to. I didn't even do that. See, now you're just making fun of Teddy Long. What
Let's get back to the matter
what
at
did my
hand.
great uncle do to you?
Prior to Mr. Tony Reyes, you see, you've been dangling the carrots of tag team titles in front of us since we got here. The whole reason why you brought us in was to take care of things. And what have we done?
He brought y'all.
Great.
I'm gonna give him one more chance. Fetch. What's next?
Really?
What
You
got
want to keep going? It just
saying.
keeps going up and up.
You
and
can't
up.
just
It's like climbing stairs.
You
gotta
can't
climb
say.
some, by the
You
way.
can't say we brought y'all in. He brought y'all in. Thank you, random person.
The point of the matter is, you brought us in. Now you get to deal with us. Thank you. Now you get to deal with us and everything we want to do. You know as well as I do, you wouldn't try to slap me in the face. You wouldn't try to hit me, and neither would you. The reason you brought us in was to get shit done, and that's what we've done. Now with Tony Reyes, the minute you allow me to challenge that fat bastard for the belt, I'm gonna bring that belt home to Divine Intervention. The moment you guys have tag team titles, we're gonna win those, and we're gonna bring those to Divine Intervention. You see, we go to a place and we take over. Like he said, we're a disease, we spread. And that's what we're doing. This whole Azrael conflict, whatever, that's like shedding dead weight. He wanted to be some white hip hop. What was that horrible movie from the 90s called? Oh, God, tip of my tongue. White guy trying to be black.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
There we go. It was a horrible movie.
That came out in
Shit.
2003.
Keep talking.
1999.
I'm gonna start taking off your clothes.
No,
Keep talking.
I don't want to see him naked.
Wasn't in the 90s.
I don't want that. Close enough.
Drove Hummers. No. Oh. Oh shit.
I love tormenting.
Woo!
Guys. This is too fun.
Praise God. Oh man.
All right.
See.
So
So does that answer your question of what's going on, what's left with us? Or is there anything else?
are you the last two members? I was screamed at and told that DI is family and DI kills as one, hunts as one. You're telling me I won't hit you. You're right. I've pledged to not try and hit anyone anymore. Apparently that.
I mean, because y'all for damn sure wasn't family when Chris Cadillac got his ass beat in the ring. Woo!
Speaking of, I've made calls, I've sent text messages, emails, I've slid in his DMs, and nothing. I don't know what you did, but we haven't heard a damn thing. But as far as I know, I've known Cadillac for over 10 years. He's not just gonna up and leave. That isn't the kind of person he is, at least without an explanation. Well.
It's like
What's going on?
It looks better on me, I think. Brother, what's going on? Okay, appreciate the calls, but I was late to a show.
what is this?
I was late to the last show.
What is
What
that?
happened before I got there?
What
What did you let happen?
Fuck. Thank you.
We lost Azrael, and not only that, but you lose the damn match. You want to talk tough? You want to throw his hat around? You want to do all that BS? Go ahead. Go. That's fine, but handle this shit first. You messed up, both of you.
Who are you to talk to me that way?
I'm the damn
Huh?
champion. Who the hell do you think you are?
What? You think you
on.
scared me?
Hold
Huh?
on.
You can't do that to me.
Back off. This is my time now.
Hold on. Come on. Who in their right mind allowed you to get in my face like that?
This is why we need
I didn't get
security.
my ass kicked by this guy, now did I?
Oh.
Oh, that'll be addressed. But
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, go handle some other shit. Because right now, you guys dropped the ball, and you know you did.
Yeah.
That's
go-
why you're talking.
Yeah.
tough.
Tell him, Caddy. Yeah.
Remember one
Get out of my
thing.
face, Helmuth.
Who brought you into divine intervention? Remember that.
Remember what happens if I leave.
He is not worth it.
I'm still gonna try and keep this impartial.
Listen,
I'm gonna say.
I mean,
yeah,
okay.
Divine intervention is fine.
okay, Cody.
I feel like I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thanks.
stopping in, DI. Always a pleasure.
What was that? I mean,
So this brings us to, guys. I've had a number of calls that I didn't necessarily agree with. The investors have been trying to get a hold of me for quite some time. They asked one, and they didn't ask. I'm going to be real. They told me who was coming on tonight. They invited Di, as you just saw, and then they told me that Chris Cadillac was going to get to come on.
Should I like sit in between you two? Or?
No,
You sure?
I'm going to be impartial. They asked me to give the champ time. He's here.
And I was asked to not put my hands on somebody in retaliation.
Well, I thank you
Vic
for
Cassidy? I mean, you can strangle him if you want.
Look, let's keep this nice and sweet. Hogan, you still here?
Right here, boss.
Come here, man. I need you to read
Hollywood.
something. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
What, Rossi can't read?
Oh man, this is from the offices
Dude,
of Dr.
don't
Kevin
push it.
Ruxin, man.
Oh, okay.
This is pretty major. Due to the injury suffered to the left eye and orbital bone of my patient Chris Cadillac on September 29th of 2019, I must inform you that as his primary care physician, he would not be able to compete in the ring until early 2020 or until he regains full vision in his left eye.
I mean,
If there are any further questions regarding my patient's health, please feel free to contact my office.
Yeah.
so you know what this means?
No!
You know what this means? Do you know what this means?
I mean, I was just, I went out there and threw. I didn't even know what I was. So what you're
I
saying is.
know you had an iron fist, Saint. God, you like
Holy
Floyd
hell!
Mayweather in the
Well,
like,
hold on a minute. Let's
like
talk
Tyson
about this.
Fury in
Let's
the
talk.
ring. What?
Hold on now.
Wait.
Orbital?
Yep.
That means like the.
So, like,
Ooh.
what I'm hearing is that you are unable to compete as our champion.
That is correct.
Well, then, I'm going to go ahead and move that.
Take that. They ain't shows no more.
So it sounds to me, man, and I thought we were having a bad show there.
Oh.
Woo! Okay, so that means this needs to be taken care of.
Does that mean you're the new GCF SoCal heavyweight champion?
Come on, I'm not stupid.
Might as
I'm
well.
not
You're the one who took
stupid.
him out.
No,
I mean,
no.
Y'all don't push my buttons, man.
So, oh, come on,
Push my
Caddy.
buttons.
You're the former champ.
I mean, you pushed your left
You
button
should
already.
get some say in this. Hold on now.
You know, all jokes aside, Saint, you need to realize that this is serious matter. I know everything's a joke to you guys. Everything's just
World's
funny
tiniest
game.
violin playing
Yeah.
the
See
that
world's
clip at the
saddest
beginning?
song,
You know,
my friend.
Did he see the clip? Has he seen
No, champ, sit down. Come on, man.
Come on.
Finish.
After all that you put us through, after all the things that I fell for, your
thought
words,
we was boys,
your
man.
words, Cadillac, I always get led right into yours and DI's trap. Your words.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me that this wimpy little hand of a commissioner did some damage?
This untrained hand of a man who doesn't know how to. Never mind. You know what I'm saying?
That man's got the stiffest right in the business.
So now let
baby
me ask
boy.
you this. We named two contenders for your belt.
Did that
And
triple
now
threat match
you're-
just turn into a singles?
I have Mikey O'Shea. I have Joey Barone.
Yep.
I see hashtags for Guy Cool. Who pinned you
After what?
in what may be your final match. Oh my God! Guy Cool retired. Chris Cadillac.
Well, technically, you retired, Chris Cadillac. Wait,
Hey, I'm impartial. I'm impartial.
so
holy
is the
crap.
vision in his left eye.
Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
Hollywood, come back here. You
I'm-
gotta get us back on
I'm
track.
glad.
You gotta
I'm
maintain
glad.
this.
I'm glad this is a damn joke to you.
Someone's health. Someone's health. Your champion's health is now in it's just a joke.
I have
Former
Funny.
champ.
This is independent wrestling.
the
None
former
of us have health
10%.
care.
I have 10% vision in my left eye, and that's a joke to you.
Oh, bet.
That's a joke.
He
To
has
you.
a family. He has kids, and you're
I
doing this
just-
shit? Are you serious,
You
bro?
talked for months about my skull being caved in.
Yeah, did
it
he
was
like
indented. It
Did
was
he like
inverted.
threaten to kill you? Like
I think I
like,
threatened to
what,
have
what,
you.
He
like,
threatened
Did he ever
to
casino
do
stuff?
it? Did he ever do it? No. So we're back to square one where
man.
you guys think you can put your hands on trained athletes. We're not even. I'm not even a trained athlete. And you took me down last show. We still haven't even talked about it. But we're
It's not
here
my fault you-
talking about the man of
Well,
every
hold on.
hour.
I want to have an interview with the former champion. Hold on a minute. So you're not a champ anymore. Who would you recommend for the title? Come on, you got clout.
Vintage Dragon?
No. If Mikey O'Shea and Joey Barone are up for this belt, and they both want to lay their hands on you, they can't because someone else did. Well, which one
You're
of them?
really proud
Which
of
one of
yourself.
them would you prefer being
You're
champ?
really proud of yourself, aren't you? You are really proud of
Man,
yourself.
this best news I've heard all week.
Rossi, you gonna manage someone else?
Oh,
man.
oh. He can't provide for you. You better follow Helmuth and Flores back to the sewage, back to where they came from.
A game changer, guys. Holy hell.
Ooh.
Hollywood, lead this.
Hollywood,
come on,
man.
come on, ask some questions.
Are you guys done bullying the guy who just told you a serious injury that he just sustained?
Thank you,
I
Hollywood.
mean, you just lost your champ.
Okay, he's an
Regardless of
unbiased-
what you
he's
guys
an
first thought
unbiased
they was
journalist.
about
He's an
him,
unbiased
He's been
journalist,
the
okay.
best champ in the company. Let's be honest.
Can you see
That's
that?
not a hot
Can
take
you-
either.
Only
You see-
champ in the company.
You see the comments? No.
Caddy, obviously.
I like
this
the
is
Men in
it's a
Black
serious
shades, though.
injury.
Yeah, it is.
What are your thoughts right now?
My thoughts are all over the place. I'm more worried about my family and how I'm going to provide for them if I can't work both my 7-to-7 job and GCF champion. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I feel for you, I do.
I feel like I need to ask this question though, because technically, that's throwing you under the bus, sir. You're
Not at
not
all.
a trained wrestler. Is there possible legal actions that you might take?
Why are you putting ideas in people's heads?
I'm just, I have to ask.
Like
You
we
never know.
bring.
He's a
Whose side are you
He
on?
got hurt, guys. He's a wrestler.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, the comments
You
are going
gotta
nuts.
ask
Lots
for-
of comments about Guy Cool. Lots of comments about Mikey, Joey Barone.
Phoenix Kid.
Sounds like a
Kid.
lot of people are happy I'm out of the picture.
Woo!
Oh man.
There's a lot of contenders. Hell, I mean,
Oh happy day.
Hey, you guys, real quick though, that wasn't the only email sent today.
Happy day when
That wasn't
Jesus
the only email sent today.
When Jesus won.
Hey, Rossi, do you want to read this email?
When Jesus. Oh, Rossi can read.
I'd love to read this email. Yeah, I can read, and let me just,
What we got to go through to a doctor's
let's
appointment?
see,
What is
yeah.
this?
On September 29th, 2019, at a show entitled Big Trouble in Little Dojo,
Great
our
show, by the
client,
way.
Chris Cadillac, was assaulted by one GCF commissioner, Joseph Saint,
That belt looks good on you, man. I tell you.
out of anger and hatred, causing possible career-ending injury to the left eye and orbital bone, as well as you costing your champion, Chris Cadillac,
Is that happened to
that
you, Amazing?
match.
Is that-
Mr. Saint was not a scheduled participant in said match and is no part of the GCF management or roster. We feel that GCF and Mr. Saint are liable for injuries sustained. So,
what?
I'm not done.
It gets better.
To avoid further legal action, we seek the following: financial compensation for medical expenses, financial compensation for time taken off work, both to be paid by Mr. Saint personally.
To prevent further legal action.
The win, this is probably my favorite, the win acquired by one Guy Cool is to be stricken from the GCF records, giving him no claim to future title contendership. Furthermore, Mr. Cadillac is to remain your GCF SoCal heavyweight champion. You might want to start sliding that belt over. If our client is for any reason stripped of said championship or forced to forfeit it, we will seek much more in penalties, including compensation for pain, suffering, GCF ownership, that's to you, big man, and the termination of one Joseph Saint.
Whose lawyer is this? Shiloh
And
Greaves?
you know what? And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add slander to all of that.
I mean, how
If you
not?
strip me of that belt, I'm gonna go ahead and add
Yeah.
a lawsuit for slander because
wrong there.
you keep showing that clip over and over. You keep talking like a big man.
happy about it.
So let me ask you guys
I mean,
something.
we only showed it once.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you want to slide that belt right back over to me, buddy?
I think it belongs home. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. You see, again, you guys thought you had it up. You think, we see what you're doing. We hear the rumbles online. We understand that you guys hate the fact that this is the face of your company. This is the face of independent wrestling. This is the face
The broken face. You want to mention that
of
again?
SoCal.
was
And
gonna say-
whatever you guys
You were gonna say
continue to do, you guys keep, throwing the problems with DI. Now you're bringing that to our front door, trying to cause a rift, maybe. You do what you want. You do what you guys think of. You do what you can. But nothing, and I repeat to both of you, gentlemen, that nothing will ever stop your reigning defending GCF SoCal heavyweight fucking champion of the world, Chris Cadillac.
Does that answer your question, Hollywood?
You started this shit,
That's the
Hollywood.
answer I wanted.
Were you with them?
No, I was curious. That's all.
Why don't you fucking pay him then, Hollywood?
He
I've seen your YouTube channel.
He didn't break my eye. It's not so funny now, is it?
It's actually funny from where we're sitting.
It's a really funny from where I'm sitting. You got a check to write, don't you?
He spells it with a K, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so you make sure
Yeah.
it's right.
There was also
two S's, one I for Rossi.
there was also one thing that I demanded before I seek
Why does
further legal action. A public apology from Mr. Saint and GCF ownership. So if you gentlemen wouldn't mind, I'll go ahead and take that now.
I guess.
Why?
You don't need
RJ, just
Yeah.
you want to keep
Or get sued. Or get sued. Here, you want this? You could take it. Take it from me. Take it from me, dude. You wanted this so bad. Take it from me. Or get sued. And get sued.
due to the legal ramifications that goes into this, guys. I just want to make that very clear. My sincerest apologies.
For what?
Assault. For assaulting you.
That was kind of wrong of you.
My sincerest apologies for getting involved in a match that I should not, as a commissioner, have gotten involved in.
Now you see that. But when you're stomping away in the corner of the ring, ready to jump on me,
tuning the band up, they say.
Oh, man.
So happy.
you were so happy.
Where's that smile?
You hit Gio Mazing.
Did you lose that smile, Saint?
To be honest, fuck Gio
poor guy.
Amazing.
RJ, just
Now you're just saying
RJ,
some dumb shit now.
let it go.
Oh,
you
I'm
want to
actually
keep,
waiting-
you want to
I'm
keep a
actually,
company.
Keep saying.
You
I'm
wanna
actually
keep
waiting
the
for an
company
apology
just-
too because you
Yeah.
took me down. You threw that beautiful belt of his on me at the last show. And again, I'm not an athlete. I'm not a wrestler. I never pretend to be.
Any good
But
comments?
you guys continue.
I can't see from here.
RJ, due to legal,
my left.
just give them what they want.
Fine.
Let- we have a company. to
I,
run.
RJ Wallace, the owner of GCF,
The human walrus.
will publicly and formally apologize to our GCF SoCal heavyweight champion,
And his manager.
Chris Cadillac,
And his
You know my
manager.
name. You know
for
my name, bitch. Say
the
it.
assault from Joseph Saint.
I heard you say I will apologize. I didn't hear
I
that.
didn't hear it
I'm
yet.
sorry.
I didn't hear it yet.
Forgive me.
Pretty easy to say
for
word.
the actions that we have displayed, not just on this show, but in the past. I'm sorry, champ.
Oh man.
Feels good.
You know what?
Feels right.
I feel like we grew here today.
Feel good.
I feel like bridges are, forming again. We can be
From
friends.
a legal standpoint, I would just like to say, as soon as you are healthy, obviously that's up to your doctor. At the point in time when your doctor clears you, you will be having a triple threat match. Leave it at that.
Okay.
I won't say anything. This does not cancel the match.
When-
I want Mikey O'Shea and Joey Barone to both know they are both contenders still. Your lawsuit does not cancel out a match.
You're both irrelevant. Still.
The line starts
You're
at
welcome.
the back, guys.
Yeah.
You're not even in his league.
Man, let's talk about that wicked right hand of yours. And you thought it was awkward. Like, I thought it was awkward earlier when you guys were clowning me. I'm going to stay right here till the end of the show. Let's make it more awkward. Right? Come on. Where was all that fun stuff a little while ago? Come on. Is there more questions?
There's no more
Is
questions.
anybody talking about me?
They
at all?
are. They're telling us to take the belt, take the SoCal belt off the card for the foreseeable future.
No, they can't do that because, Saint, you won't be able to afford to run a show, will you? Because whose bills you got to pay? Yeah. How about you, Wallace? You're lucky I didn't name you in that. I could have. You know why? Because you assaulted my manager.
Secretary,
He might have
get
some
me my
pain or something,
lawyer
too.
off. Just go ahead and
What
get the
went
paperwork
on
rolling
in
on
his
that.
childhood is none of my business, okay?
Get
You
me in
threw the man
contact
down and
with
threw the belt at him.
investors.
Hit my head on that pole, you know.
get me that.
Sorry,
get me
he's like
Gio
100
Mason's number
pounds
as well,
soaking wet.
and get me the investor's number if you're listening.
Hey, can Gio get an apology for you hitting him?
Gio was not part of that. Gio can ask the investors all he wants.
I'll text my lawyer.
Yeah.
I got you, Gio. I got you. All right, so let's talk about. Did you guys already do the wide world of wrestling?
We already did that.
Oh, cool. All right, so what are we talking about now? How much more time do we have?
I don't know what's left to talk about, guys.
Hey, the Lakers played the other day.
Now you just bring
Oh
up,
damn! Oh
you
my
just
bad.
keep bringing
my
up
bad,
bad
my
shit.
bad. I'm
You just
sorry.
keep bringing up bad shit.
You know what, guys?
Was there any Instagram questions? Because I saw you post that lame ass little thing along with the clip of you, hurting me.
You know, I don't feel like we had questions this
I'm
week.
gonna start
I don't
rewatching
think
that
we
clip now, saying because that's the only good thing that's ever gonna happen in your life.
You know what he does when
That's
he
never
watches
gonna
it?
happen.
You know what he does when he watches it?
Plays a little 5-on-1.
All right, guys. You know what?
You
On
look
that
like
note,
Stevie Wonder
on
with
that
those
note,
glasses on.
My orbital bone's messed up, so.
if you're just tuning in,
wear an
if you
eye patch
had
like
needed the
everyone
recap, Chris Cadillac is holding us essentially legally hostage. He already got rewatted.
Legally hostage.
He's
That's the name of my
injured.
autobiography.
His orbital bone is injured for reasons I can't discuss.
Oh no, you can discuss it. Discuss it all you want. You were so happy discussing it a little while ago. Come on, man. Discuss it.
We're still going with the whole say no Mac gimmick.
Yeah! Oh yeah! Thank you! Thank you,
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Push it this week, kid.
Yeah,
Do I have to bring back
Whose
Vic?
side are you on?
Which way did he go? Which way did he go? Well, he's
Whose
still the
match is
champ.
that?
That's where he went. Just saying.
Man.
You know what? This is the
It's
Commissioner
not-
Joseph Saint signing off.
What is he, a Rudy fan
Why are
too?
you signing off?
What is this?
I think we said everything
Don't
that we could
sign
say.
off.
I'll be back next week,
On.
and we'll keep you updated on
Can we
this
bring someone else out
situation.
No.
I don't,
No? Oh, man.
And if it's Vic Cassidy, he's getting punched in the face too.
Do you want to get another
Join us
lawsuit
next
then?
week.
Right now, you guys look worse than the video game.
I'll have an update on this situation.
It's bad, guys.
Champ, you want to sign off?
This is your champ saying good night.
You're stupid.
I hate divine intervention.